Hello, everybody. Welcome to our very first Take 5 pop-up video. And our pop-up videos are 3 to 5 minutes of talking to industry experts, people in the channel about what is happening today in the IT channel. And I am very happy to have my good friend and sponsor, which is Alex Farling, who is the founder of Lifecycle Insights with me here today. And Alex is at an airport right now.
Now, I got to question you though, Dan. You called me an industry expert, and today is technically opposite day. So did you plan that? Was that a thing?
I didn't even know it was opposite day. So
it is. The Lifecycle Insights marketing department is fully aware of those kind of things. So,
and they do a good job because I've seen quite a few things that you guys have posted about what the day is, and I didn't realize how many type of days there are out there.
I think there's one every day, but today is opposite day, so you'll be seeing our link to lifecycleinsights.sucks floating all over the internet. So we'll be getting some reuse out of that. So if you guys haven't checked out lifecycleinsights.sucks, take a minute, check it out. Pretty entertaining.
That is awesome. So let me reintroduce.
You got to have fun with marketing, right?
I have Alex Farling, who is the founder of Lifecycle Insights, and he doesn't know anything. He does not know anything. We just have him here just because it was, we'd like to be nice to him. So
that's right. Yep. Face for radio and everything, all accounted for.
Right.
We're good. We're good.
And keeping it weird. I like your shirt.
Weird. This is actually a 7-figure shirt since I'm headed to a 7-figure event in Austin.
Very cool.
To do some education. Yeah.
So speaking of education, I feel like a dinosaur. I feel ancient. I've been in the industry for a long time. And I remember going to conferences and you sit there and you're learning and then you come back and then you get back into the hustle and bustle of tickets and projects, and education is such a critical component in our channel. And I don't know that we always put the right amount of emphasis and have the right objectives when it comes to education. Would you say that's pretty solid?
I would, and it's hard. This is an industry where it costs a ton of money for a vendor to go to a show. So to go to a show and think that vendor is just there to educate you is a little bit what's the word? Naive.
Sure.
They paid thousands of dollars for that opportunity to stand up in front of you, and not a lot of vendors are willing to spend that money just to do education. So, we're trying something different with this Austin event where it's literally, a really affordable event. In full transparency, we didn't spend a bunch of money to go down and do this. We worked with the folks at 7-Figure to present actual actionable education so that us and a handful of vendors that are going with us can go down and really do an education event, because it's just so poorly done in our industry, and so much education in our industry is a lightly veiled sales pitch, and we're trying to change that. So, our hope is that we can do more of that throughout 2022 and find a way to make education affordable for the MSP to attend, actionable, so they take something home, they take something with them. We've got a 40-page workbook that MSPs will be working through in a 5-hour, and it's actually stuff they can take back with them and have it as actionable when they get back to the office. And then, so our goal is to make it affordable and something that they can actually take back and implement.
Yeah, definitely. That's huge, because I think often when it comes to the educational content that's out there at different events, a lot of times it's scenarios where it's so I guess you're just scratching at the surface, right? It's very surface level. It's not a deep dive, and you might get little nuggets here and there, which is the reality of a lot of conferences. But so what you're talking about is definitely a deep dive. That's solid.
Yeah, it's a 5-hour workshop, so we're spending quite a bit of time talking about what to do with a prospect once you land them, and then what to do with that customer once your prospect has turned into a customer, and what onboarding ought to look like, and what looks like when it's done healthy, and then what long-term customer health looks like, and what it looks like to keep that customer happy for 5, 6, 8, 10 years. When we talk to MSPs, most of them have customer retention upwards of 7 or 8 years.
Right.
There are a lot of things that go into that type of retention, and making it really a win-win for you and your customer over that time period. So we'll talk a lot about customer health and those kind of things, which are really a conversation nobody's having in this space today.
Yeah, absolutely. And so tell me this, what do you see in 2022 as it comes to education and, and maybe some of our watchers, could share some feedback of what they're looking for, what kind of.
Yeah, well, I think that's a great point, and I think that's something that we'd like to hear back from the folks who are listening to this. So if you have an idea of educational content that you think would be valuable, something that's just missing in the MSP space, whether it pertains to Lifecycle Insights or not, drop it to us, info@lifecycleinsights.io. We're working with a handful of other vendors to put on some free and very low or very low cost educational events in different geographies across the country, so that we can deliver this kind of thing. And they're going to be done very tactically, right? We're not going to rent out hotel convention centers because those are stupid expensive, right? We're not going to go places where it costs a vendor $5 to give you a can of Coke. So these are going to be smaller, more niche events, where we can attract 30, 40, 50 MSPs into an auditorium or a conference room or something like that, and give an educational day with a handful of vendors. And when we do it that way, there's a real way for the vendors at this point not to have to spend a 5-figure number to get in front of a bunch of MSPs and be beholden to a quota or selling some business or whatever, and just be able to build relationships and help MSPs learn how to fully deploy the products they've already purchased, how to make money with them, how to get their money back out of them, and really just educate, because all too often it's about buying the widget in this space. And we really need to learn how to use the widget, how to deploy the widget, how to make sure it's set up properly so we don't create a breach just based on deploying something incorrectly. So there's so much that goes into education.
Sure, we're just about out of time here, but I just wanted to ask, what's one tip that you would provide to MSPs that when they go to a conference that they should focus on as far as their objectives?
Yeah, well, they certainly should attend some of those educational events. But the other thing I would say is schedule time when you get back. Actually block out half days on your calendar when you get back to put time into deploying what you learned. Because I have notebooks, and I mean entire notebooks of IT nations of the past that I went to and came home with great ideas, and I was stoked and I was psyched, but I didn't do a good job of deploying those things when I got back. And that was probably my single biggest failure of these IT Nation events and these other industry events, where there's a lot of education to be had, but it takes some deliberate planning to actually deploy those things that you learned.
Excellent. Well, that is awesome. I wish you great success with your educational event that you're heading out to.
At the very least, we're going to have fun.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a success. So.
And if you're not familiar with Lifecycle Insights, check them out. And if you want to throw your website out there once again.
Yeah, lifecycleinsights.io, or check us out on YouTube, Lifecycle Insights MSP. We've got a lot of educational content out there as well.
A great resource for doing your technology business reviews, and check them out. Alex, thank you again for your time. Hope you have a great trip, and everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Thanks for having us, Dan.
You're welcome.